I pushed open the courtroom door. It felt heavy, like a curse. My only decent suit, 4 years old, suddenly looked pathetic against the front row. My parents and my brother, dripping in designer labels I'd never even dreamed of owning. Mom spotted me first, leaned over and whispered something to Dad. He shot me a look, the kind a man gives a bad debt he's desperate to wipe off the books. Their lawyer, Victor Lang, flipped through his files with the smug grin of someone billing $800 an hour. I set my beat-up briefcase on the defense table, 3 color-coded folders inside, red, yellow, black. They had no idea what was in them, and I swore to myself, today, one side was walking out of this room with nothing but ashes. I was never the loved child. My brother Alexander was the crown prince, 18th birthday, a Porsche full-ride Ivy League. A $2 million penthouse because he asked. Me, Emma, night shifts at a gas station, sleeping on a moldy couch in a roach-infested basement. $70,000 in student loans just to graduate from a state school, but Grandpa saw him, only him. He showed up to my community college graduation when no one else bothered. Every Sunday morning he took me to breakfast and said, "You've got fire in you, Emma. Alex has shine. Shine fades fast. Fire burns forever." He taught me to keep everything. Receipts, letters, emails. One day you'll need them to survive. The day he died, the estate lawyer read the will in front of the whole family. Alexander got the beachfront mansion. Mom and Dad got the $1.8 million investment portfolio. It got the education fund. Mom actually smirked, until the lawyer continued. If fund had been seeded 25 years ago, compounding nonstop, current value, $2.9 million. More than everything else combined. Mom's face went from rosy Toghostwhite in a single second. 2 weeks later she called, "Come home this weekend. We all need to talk." I walked in and found Mom, Dad, Alexander, and a stranger in a charcoal suit. Victor Lang Thier was so cold I could see my own breath. Victor slid a thick document across the table. Family Harmony Agreement. Page 1. I had to transfer 100% of the $2.9 million into an account they controlled and live AFA $2,500 monthly allowance from my own money. Mom, syrupy sweet, you've never been good with money, sweetheart. We just want to protect you. Alexander snarled, "Don't destroy the family over greed." Dad, ice cold sign, "Or we do this the hard way." Victor smiled. "You have 72 hours. 72 hours later, a process server knocked on my rundown apartment door. My hands shook as I signed for the brown envelope. 14 pages. Petition to declare him financially incompetent and appoint my mother as conservator to protect me from myself. Every accusation fabricated, but notarized and official. Overnight, I was put on unpaid leave from my job because of the public scandal. My best friend texted, "Just split it, Emma. $1.45 million is still life-changing." I almost listened. Then I opened Grandpa's binder. Page 15, Section 9, Subsection F. Grandpa's handwriting, in blue ink. Any beneficiary whinety it's legal action to deprive another beneficiary of their share, shall immediately forfeit their entire interest in this trust. In the margin, "Holdin' tight, my girl, they're coming." I called Dylan, my law school study buddy, who'd just passed the bar. At 2 a.m. he read it. Went silent for 10 seconds, then whispered, "This is a nuke, Emma. If they don't withdraw, they lose everything." The next morning I sent certified letters to Mom, Dad, Alexander, and Victor. One highlighted page, subsection 9F in red, and a single line, 48 hours to drop the petition, or you lose it all. They didn't drop it. They doubled down, filing an amended petition claiming I dungily influenced a senile old man, attaching a fake 5-year-old medical asterisk. I paid $450 to a forensic document examiner. Verdict: the trust amendment they submitted to court was 100% forged, scanned signature. Paper manufactured in 2023 but dated 2018, counterfeit notary seal. I dug deeper. Alexander, failed startup, $680,000 in debt, parents, house in foreclosure, $920,000 still owed. Their remaining trust shares combined, $1.6 million. Mine, $2.9 million. They weren't evil, they were drowning. And they decided to pull me under with them. I stayed up 72 hours straight drafting my counterpetition. Fraud on the court. Forgery. Immediate enforcement of subsection 9F. and a motion to freeze all trust distributions. 11:47 p.m. I hit submit on the electronic filing system. Confirmation, email, attorney of record, Emma R. Harrington, ESQ. I'd passed Theber 8 months earlier. Night school, told no one. Today was the day I used it, court day. The courtroom door still felt like a curse. Mom, Dad, Alexander, Victor, in the front row. Mom whispered. Dad glared. Alexander smirked. I set my briefcase down, opened the 3 folders, red, yellow, black. The judge, silver-haired eyes like knives, asked, counsel or pro se? I stood. Your Honor, I am counsel. Dead silence. Victor went pale. Mom's mouth fell open. Alexander stopped smirking. Exhibitone, subsection 9F. Judge to Victor, were you aware of this clause? Victor stammered. We became aware recently. Exhibit 2. Forged amendment on the projector, side by side with the original. Exhibit 3. Forensic report, fake signature, fake paper, fake seal. The judge looked straight at my parents. Do you have an explanation? Nothing, just breathing. The gavel slammed petition, dismissed with prejudice. Subsection 9F enforced. Petitioners forfeit all interest in the trust. $28,000 sanction for filing fraudulent documents. Case referred to the district attorney. I packed my folders and never looked back. 30 days later everything turned to ash. Alexander lost the mansion, filed bankruptcy, now works night shifts at a supermarket, just like I once did. Mom and Dad sold house to avoid foreclosure, moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. The forfeited assets were redirected exactly as Grandpa planned. A scholarship fund for first-generation college kids who work nights to survive. I used $800,000 to create the scholarship in his name, paid off my loans, bought a small condo, and opened a solo practice defending people whose families try to steal their inheritance. 7 months later Mom emailed. I'm sorry things got complicated. I replied. Take care. Dad still hasn't spoken to me. Alexander asked for coffee. I said, not yet. Every morning I look at Grandpa's photo on my desk. I don't see the war anymore. I see the man who trusted me enough to hand me a nuclear bomb, and taught me exactly when to detonate it. So tell me, what would you have done? Forgiven everything, or kept the boundaries like I did? Drop it in the comments. I read them all. And remember, always, always keep the receipts. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. I wish all of you good health, good luck, and plenty of joy. Remember to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next stories, better and more interesting ones. Thank you.